What is the most important problem facing America today? Well, as you know, if you follow us here at Gallup.com, we update that question every month, and we've just updated it for March. Let's look at the top 5 problems. As is typically the case, the economy comes in number 1. 24% of Americans mention the economy, and of course that's way down from where that had been previously. Second most frequently mentioned problem, and this is significant, is dissatisfaction with government. 20% of Americans now say that that's the most important problem facing the country, and that makes it second on the list, ahead of unemployment. Just 16% of Americans now say jobs and unemployment is the top problem, and that's down. We can go back as recently as, let's say September of 2012, and we had about a third of Americans who mentioned jobs at that point. So clearly, and this goes along with recent government data and other data showing the employment picture is better, we're seeing fewer Americans mention jobs as the top problem. What's the fourth problem in order? Well, that is the federal budget deficit. 13% of Americans say debt. The deficit is the top problem. And then finally, in fifth place, way down in single digits, 7% of Americans say it is health care. The big change this month, as I mentioned, was that uptick in the percent of Americans saying that the biggest problem facing the country is government. Now, we've had it up to 18% in recent months, so this month's 20% is not a quantum or huge leap. But I would point this out. I spent some time looking back through history, in that 20% of Americans who say their dissatisfaction with government, bad government, is the top problem, is as high as we have seen since Watergate. We have to go all the way back to 1974, the year when Richard Nixon resigned the presidency because of the Watergate scandal. That's where we have to go to find 20% or more of Americans saying that the government itself is the biggest problem facing the country. So clearly what we're seeing now is Americans increasingly getting fed up with what's going on with their elected representatives here in Washington, D.C. I'm Dr. Frank Newport, Gallup Editor-in-Chief.